another one, yeah. Except yeah. Oh, he's another one. He's another one, yeah.
Wanna be a baller, shot caller, 20-inch blade. Know that song?
I don't, mate. I don't. But everybody,
man,
welcome.
You missed the 90s. Second best decade after the 80s. But yeah, well, Ricco, we're not going to go into all the girly gossip stuff. We're not going into drama. That's for our colleagues. Me and you, serious gentlemen. We deal with serious business.
Yes, that's exactly right. At all times, I say. But welcome, one and all, to another episode of the RnR Hour with myself and Ra. One man, one hat, one mission. Before we go into it, I would just like to give a shout out to our sponsors, D-Rock Clothing. Go over there, check the website. You can get 40% off your total purchase by using iBoxingHub 24. That's iBoxingHub 24. Worn by the likes of man like Parker, Nelson, Jams, a great supporter of the channel here, and in general. So Jams actually does interviews and shows and stuff like that. So please go check Jams out on his channel. But yeah, nice and early. So because you lot like see me all over the internet the whole week. So you know when it comes to like now, yeah. Need to recharge.
Big up, Anzo. You're right. Sun's out, vests out. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but we don't often get this sort of sun. So when it happens, we've got to enjoy it. So yeah. Big up, Neutral. Neutral has got a hell of a show coming up. Hard Talk. I'll let him publicize it when it's confirmed, but on our group chat, the one he's got in lined up is insane. Yeah. All you drama queens out there, you are going to love this. Yeah. Big up, Jams, Bukayo. Bukayo, yeah, it's good that you're taking time out of Euro 2024 camp with the England players. Can you tell your colleagues, or better still, just tell your boss to just shut up and sit down somewhere? Us players will devise the tactics. Apparently, that's what Zidane did that in the 2006 World Cup. He told the coach, "Yeah, you shut up and sit down. Pretend you're the coach. I'll devise the team tactics." Bukayo, can you do that?
We need to do for Gareth Southgate. We just need to get him a new pair of crayons, a set of crayons. Leave him in the corner, a couple of sheets of paper. He'll, I think he'll love that. But he has no business managing those players of that caliber. But this is not a football show. This is a boxing show, and we have a great show lined up for you today. Ra, like Moses, guide us to the land of milk and honey.
Yeah, listen. Saturday, I was up in Birmingham, Resorts World Arena. Was fab. I like that arena.
Ross still uses words like fab. I love him, honestly.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the youth of today. You use cowabunga. Is that the words of today?
This man just said cowabunga. He tried to use a youthful reference to cowabunga. Yeah, okay, carry on, Ross. Yeah. What happened in Birmingham?
Yeah, that Matchroom show. Some great prospects, some good title fights. Interesting. So Hamza Uddin, he's my boy, destined to be the first British Bengali star.
I love that guy.
They had to get a super bantamweight in at short notice, so he couldn't get him out. Had him buzzed several times. But Base the kid, our brother, check out his channel as well. Great analyst, like our own Ray, very stern, very serious. But he was saying that Hamza, he made a good point, and I've brought this up with Hamza before, that style, that Hamed or Jones type showboating low hand style, it's only as good as your reflexes and punch power hold out, because as Ben Whitaker's finding, if you can't put guys to sleep, to serve as a deterrent, then you can come up, a cropper. And at flyweight, he's going to come up against some of these insane Mexicans or Thais or Filipinos. So what you can get away with here, I don't know. I'll speak to Hamza soon, shortly. I'll bring it up with him, but I think he probably needs to go over to America and maybe spar someone like Bam Rodriguez. So that is my only concern. But yeah, no doubt he's superbly exciting. And of course, Suleiman Ibrahim again showed a lot of the flash moves. Got the guy out with a brutal body punch. But again, what weight is he? Is he a lightweight? Because Cameron Vuong, who struggled against Afori, he looked way bigger than him.
Yeah,
both fighting at lightweight.
Wait, Tony, sorry, 1 second, wrong. Tony, who do you want to on the show? You want Hamza on the show? Because if you do, I feel like that's very, very easy to do on Ra's side and my side. I actually spoke to him yesterday. I love the kid, man. I love everything about him. I love that he's a disciplined Prince Nassim 2.0. That last shot right before the bell rang at the end of the fight. Oh my god, I got so horny. I got so bro, serious. Yeah. I even said to him, it was, mate, and they had to bring that guy down to fight him. This kid is just, he's not talked about enough. Like, obviously Ben Whitaker is very talented. His style is more crouching tiger, drunken hidden fist. But Hamza's is like, it's like bro, he's like a fucking samurai or something, bro. Like, that kid is just dynamite, bro. And he's gonna be I think if he, like I said to him, if you can perfect that style, bro.
But like I said, I do think that style, it does need Hamed type punching power as you go up levels.
Yeah, but he fought a big boy, right?
If you think about even when he finally came up a cropper against Barrera, even Barrera didn't attack him head on. He got behind his jab, and then his fundamentals obviously outboxed Hamed, because by then Hamed's reflexes.
Yeah, but he cut weight, like he Prince.
Yeah. Listen, that weren't a peak Hamed, but my point is
no way.
Hamed, because of the punching power, even a Mexican like Barrera wouldn't attack him head on. So anyway, listen, it's early days. And Tony, great idea. I will speak to Hamza, one of the few fighters whose direct number I've got, and I'm sure he'd love to come on at some point.
Cowabunga.
Yeah. Oh, I better get down to the youth terminology, because Hamza's all of 20 years old. So yeah, want to make a good impression. And I tell you what would be good, both him and Ibrahim Suleiman, guys like that, they should get him in Riyadh, because people go on about, no atmosphere in Riyadh, and to some extent they're right.
I don't think that's true, man. I've heard them people shout, scream when I've been shouting and screaming.
It depends on the fighter. But one thing I know is something like 40% of the population in Saudi Arabia are expat workers, and Bangladesh and Pakistanis are two of the biggest groups. Now, obviously, the Saudis aren't at this point marketing towards those groups, but I think, well, why not? You get Hamza and of course the other Hamza, Shiraz, who we'll come on to.
Nah, he's an ambassador now.
They'll sell out. They'll sell out the Kingdom Arena if they marketed it to them.
Well, this is the thing. I feel like His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh, I feel like that's what he's doing by making these ambassadors. Like, he's putting almost do you know what I mean? Because even if Crawford finishes fighting or whatever, having Crawford as an ambassador for you and your brand, that's incredible stuff, bro. Like, fighters will swarm like flies to feces. It's incredible what Turkey's doing, and by giving these fighters opportunities in different countries as well, it just you can see what he's doing in terms of expansion.
Yeah.
And if that deal does go through with Matchroom Golden Boy and what have you, you know, having sort of building that whole league. Bro. Sick.
Yeah, Jams made a good point. Vuong looked really flat. I wouldn't go as far as to say he lost the fight, but if he wasn't a big A-side fight, if he was, say, some unknown fighter, a draw would have been a reasonable scorecard against a Fori. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that the weight cut killed him, but he's got a lot of work to do. And, you know, they rushed him to 10 rounders. So I guess there's no going back to journeyman. So, yeah, that's a bit of a lesson there. Same with, actually, my interview with Ade. If you want to go and view it on Punchout Boxing, Ade made a good point. Muhammad Ali and Vuong, they both come up against guys who were men, and the man strength told. So in the case of someone like Hamza Uddin, who's got the reflexes and, you know, flash moves to keep out of their way, it's one thing. But if you're conventional, then the man.
Do you know what I like about him? He's disciplined. Hamza is, and Naz, not to say that he wasn't disciplined, but Hamza, I feel, comes with something refreshing to a flash style like that. You never see a disciplined fight. You always see sort of an outlandish fighter to go with an outlandish style, but never opposites sort of joining together.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm really excited for the kid, man. I'm really, really excited about this kid. One fight.
Albert Shannon, what about her? Razor thin. I thought the knockdown, which turned out to be conclusive, was an illegal shot. Emma held her and hit her.
I had Shannon winning by 2 rounds. I feel, you know, obviously congratulations to damn it, I don't remember her name. I'm so sorry, lovely. But obviously, congratulations, Emma Doley. You know, interesting fighter she is. You know, like that kind of who does she remind me of? Price, David. That sort of lanky. You know, she's got the reach, and Shannon obviously had to cut. I think once Shannon sort of figured her out after that, after the 3rd round, he was able to come inside. You know, I think the work rate for Shannon, for me personally, won her that fight. Because Dowley was, is it Dowley? Yeah, Dowley. Dowley was trying to pick her off using the reach as Dolan, as she should. But, you know, I do feel that Shannon did win the championship rounds. You know, I did give, obviously, her the knockdown. I think I gave her the first 3 rounds. But yeah, it was, you know, yeah, the thing is, I don't want, and this goes for like a lot of young fighters, you know, like Shannon, I don't want you to get disheartened at the fact that, yes, it was kind of this thing where you're supposed to win and things don't kind of happen your way, but don't discourage yourself and just get right back at it, you know. And she's very talented, Shannon. Now she has a rival.
Yeah, I think, and that could be a good rivalry for the rest of their career. You know, trilogy, all of that. But yeah, congrats to Emma. It's good that it's great for the domestic women scene. Now these younger generation of women who've come through the amateur system, you see that they are better than that earlier generation who probably didn't have like the, you know, the whole amateur background and what have you. So yeah, fantastic. But yeah, great fights ahead for both of them.
What did you reckon of Crocker and Walker? I think, personally, I was back in the Croc Maestro, but like for me, Walker outworked him. You know, and it just wasn't like, I felt so sorry for Walker, man. And because I admire fighters like him. You know, they've lost, but they're still going at it. You know, they're still. There's just no quit, and you can't take away something like that from a fighter like that on such an occasion?
I've not been
occasion.
convinced. I've not been convinced by Crocker. I was there in Belfast when he fought McKenna, who has been stopped at 140. Never put a dent in him. Last time out, he fought that lightweight who beat Cully, and he came in overweight. And
Oh yeah, I was there.
Man,
Big up all my Irish people, man. I love you guys, man. I'm coming back. Get the stout ready for me.
I weren't convinced by him, and maybe there was a bit of bias in there. I thought Walker won it quite conclusively.
Well, convincingly, man. They took away that man's weight. And you know how I know, Ra? And I'm going to let you land after. Walker literally was looking down. He was like, "I'm fucked." When they announced his name, he that kid could have done a backflip because he knew.
Yeah, I mean,
Crocker. Sorry.
My pre-fight prediction was Crocker would get a gift decision. The reason being, and this is what everyone ringside was saying as well, as the scorecards were tallied up. When it takes ages for the scores to get tallied up, there's something up. And Sam Gilly was there, the Commonwealth champ, and he was saying they're going to give it to Crocker because Paddy Donovan was ringside. That fight's been signed, and it was exactly that. And to be fair, Crocker against Donovan is one of the biggest fights in Irish history, certainly in modern times. I'd love to go.
Yeah, but you can still have it though. Like you can still have it.
Yeah, of course you can. But when they're both unbeaten, when they're both unbeaten, it just has that lustre to it. But hey, we knew the politics would.
Bro, how many times did Arturo Gotti get beat, bro? And that guy was still getting HBO checks one after the other because he had a style. And he came in there and he just left it all in the ring. I'm sick of this nonsense of saying, "Oh yeah, but the opportunity of having it in this stadium in the home and blah blah blah." Who gives a shit if you've just lost that fight?
Listen,
go for the rematch or just have the fight anyway. You'll still have those same fans.
We don't give a shit, but to fill out a stadium, you'll need a whole load of casuals who don't know any better. They'll just look at, this guy from Belfast unbeaten. This guy from Limerick unbeaten.
No, but if they're doing it at home, the Irish people will back the Irish people, bro. Like you see Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor lost in UFC. That man is still his last pay-per-view still done over 1.4 million buys in America, bro. Come on, it's not even that.
I don't know. It's horrible. But we saw, in fact, the politics started coming into the fight even before the scorecards, because the referee gave that bullshit point deduction for one borderline low blow. I mean, normally you get a warning or a couple of warnings before, but the referee went straight to deduct a point. And yeah, I really feel for Walker, but I think Walker is a little bit like the man who we're going to come to, Tyler Denny. Just shows very stories happen. The guy came up through the small hall scene. Me and you on social media, we've been saying for years to the board, come on, guys, what you got against this guy? He's beating all these unbeaten prospects, one after another, no knockovers, and you still won't bloody make him mandatory, but a Lonsdale. So anyway, he said, screw you then, I'll go to European, and he got his big win, beat Matchroom's one-time big hope. And now, just days later, that win lands him on the biggest show of all.
Mate, all I can say is that...
Showcase.
Go on, Karen.
Yeah, so that segues nicely into it. I was at the press conference yesterday, and I got a feeling of underwhelmingness and confusion, because
the
undercard fights, some of them are good, some of them are excellent, but they just don't go with this event. Does that make sense? Is anyone else with me? you know, viewers, if you know what I'm getting
And
at,
don't lie to him. And don't lie to him.
and yeah,
Don't
yeah,
lie
you
to him.
know,
Tell
you
Ra
know me, I ain't
exactly the thing.
sensitive.
But
I mean,
no, you're not gonna just
it-
segue into other shit. Really quickly, I need to go
all right,
back. Big up the Cinderella man, the true
yeah,
Cinderella man,
Tyler
Tyler
Denny,
Denny. That is my
and
boy. That's my
tell
guy.
you what, he
No,
was
Ra.
robbed of a stoppage, weren't he? He was robbed of a
Yes, he
stoppage
was.
because
He
it was
was.
a left hand that opened that cart, and it looked like Cash didn't want to go on. He took a chance that the scorecards might do him a favour, but yeah, Tyler. That's what we want, you know, guys who've grafted, stuck with a game, probably got shafted on scorecards a few times. He got what he wanted, a huge fight off the back of that, and hopefully very well paid.
Okay. Big up the Cinderella man, my boy, Tyler Denny. Okay. Because, bro, beating Brad Paul's, you know, going through 7 undefeated fighters, bro, in a row. My
Yeah,
guy, you know, it ended up headlining in his hometown of Wolverhampton. I tried to do the accent the other day. He said I was terrible, but anyway, I'm still working on it. But this guy is what boxing's all about. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Saka just obviously made a point there, like, oh, it wouldn't be the same. I get what you lot are saying, but that's not how it should be, and that's not right. And if we're complaining about something like bad scorecards or whatever like that, we can't pick and choose what is right and what's wrong just because it might suit an agenda, suit something else. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Tyler Denny should be celebrated in boxing, regardless
and
of if.
absolutely. And you know what you said about the 7 unbeaten opponents in a row? He was the away fighter for
Every single time.
all of them.
Well,
So basically,
not for the European.
not apart from the European, yeah, by then Ben Shalom had taken him on. But even when he won the title in Manchester against Brad Ray, I spoke to him before the fight and I said, you know what this game's like. They brought you here for you to lose. He goes, yes, it's cool. They brought me in for that, but I'm going out with the title. So, you know,
I love him, man.
you know,
I love him.
That it is a fairy story. So, yeah, we segue onto Wembley. Bukai is saying he agrees with me. Let's go through these fights one at a time and see if you get where I'm going. Starting with the one at the bottom of the card. Mark Chamberlain against Padley. Listen, I ain't begrudging any fighter from the small hall scene to get their big chance. But when this is being billed as the biggest fight night ever in the UK, why is Chamberlain going back to area level? Now was the time to do the Sam Noakes fight that they've been talking about for a few years. It's the biggest occasion. You've got the money, presumably from Turkey, because he likes Chamberlain.
Staka, you're right. Azim should have been on there, but I feel if there's fighters that you thought that were going to be on there, I can tell you that there's another card that's coming soon. So yeah, just wait on that.
Big up, look, Rico's got those secret contacts. So again, fans, stay tuned to us. We bring you those inside
Illuminati.
We bring you some of that insider news that some of the others can't. But yeah, what do you agree with me on that, or do you disagree? Chamberlain against Padley, Central Area champ. What's the point?
Absolutely. I think it's a shit fight. I think that it should have been Noakes. I don't know why that didn't happen. Perhaps, I don't know, but you can't. There's no saying no to this type of deal because you know how much money they're actually getting because it's Saudi funded. So, what I like about these guys is that fighters can't use that as an excuse. So it's now there has to be something deeper. But I don't know, maybe Noakes already signed another fight, or maybe he has another opportunity at a world title, whatever. But hopefully we'll see those two. But in terms of that fight, Chamberlain should do him quite efficiently, to be honest. Area level, yeah, come on. But yeah, well, we can move
Yeah,
swiftly on that
okay.
one because that's not really.
I think a lot of us agree. And by the way, fans, we will shortly be putting the link there for, in case you're wondering, I came back in because the wind was a bit cold for me. You know, I'm all about 40 degrees Riyadh heat. That's my comfort zone. But yeah, we will put the link in shortly if any of you want to join and give your views. But yeah, like I said, some of these fights off key, we all agree. I think Chamberlain Padley doesn't belong on such a big event. Now, what else we got on there that I thought was off key? Kakachi against Warrington. In its own right, I think good fight. But again,
No, it's not. It's not a good fight.
No. Listen, hear me out. Hear me out. Listen, man, hear me out. Decent fight if it's in Belfast or Leeds. If it's in Belfast, it's Kakachi's homecoming, long time waiting. If it's in Leeds, it's last chance for the hometown hero to make something. It's good in that context. Doesn't belong at Wembley. Am I right?
No, you're not. It does. It's not a good fight anywhere on earth.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Queensbury,
And I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna be dead ass honest with you right now. The only people that care about a Josh Warrington fight are Leeds fans and Eddie Hearn. That's the God's honest truth. Okay, and I'll tell you why. It has been his last chance to come back 4 times already, and he has been sparked out, right, in 3 of them, and outpointed, and even though he tried to headbutt that man into 6 feet under the ground, right? Why is Josh Warrington? Why is he there? There's no valid reason. He's not ranked. Like Eddie Hearn is probably the best promoter ever, bro. Right? Because he convinces people that this man needs to go into that ring, and unfortunately, he will get chinned by Kakachi quite badly. All right. And I stopped feeling bad after the kid when he beat Kid won that fight. And then when the headbutt started coming in, and you know the dirtiness of the fighting, it ruined my relationship with Warrington Nitis. And I can honestly say, you know, from then on, I've kind of enjoyed watching him get chinned. So for me, no problem. No, Ra, only because he fights very dirty. Very dirty. And I don't agree with that. So if you're a dirty fighter, you meet a dirty ending. So Kakachi is going to do what he did to Cordina, or worse. It will be like Nutella on toast.
A lot of people do say Kakachi is way underrated in terms of his punching power and skill. So yeah, it could be a brutal end to Warrington. So that 2 fights.
Not could. It will be a brutal end, and hopefully after this, lessons would have been learned by all involved. No more.
We agree that's 2 fights shouldn't be on such a big event. Yeah. 3rd fight that was way off key. Smith versus Kelly. I mean,
I like that fight. I like Loma Kelly. I'm a massive fan of Loma Kelly. Ever since Eddie Hearn had said that Josh Kelly has the same skills as Lomachenko, the only time I've called him Josh Kelly was when I interviewed him, and I think I called him Loma Kelly after the interview.
Again, you misunderstand me. I like Josh Kelly as well, but I'm saying this fight, Kelly against Smith.
What, you don't believe in the Silver Fox?
No, I'm just saying it's like the timing is just off. It's like Kelly was doing great at 154, got himself high up the rankings. Why would you then abandon that, go up to middleweight? You've never fought there. Liam Smith coming off a defeat. It's like, what is this fight for? Where does it take either of them? It's, again, if it was like a Channel 5 headliner for Wasserman, great. If it was a standard Sky Sports night, fight night, great. But the biggest fight night ever in the UK. Nah, come on, man. This ain't it. I think that's the third fight. It's just
I think you're being a bit harsh. I think you're being a little bit harshy-washy. Yeah.
Again, viewers, if you agree or disagree, please put your views in. But I can't make sense of it. You're okay with it?
Absolutely. It'll be like for some WBC Mayan title or whatever. I think this is an opportunity for Loma Kelly to really, because say what you want, the Silver Fox has fought Canelo, he's fought Eubank, you know, he's only lost his last fight and he was on a winning streak prior. So he's obviously taken time away to get his back sorted out. He would have been, you know, an incredible camp. You would see Loma Kelly as beatable, regardless of such a high skill set. And yeah, mate, I'm really looking forward to this fight. Actually, can't wait for it.
Either you're a weirdo or I'm what our sister Aisha says. I'm now the boxing Grinch. Yeah, everything's.
I would say the latter.
Okay, and right, Boatsy and Hutchinson again. It's a brilliant fight. Am I just disappointed because there was talk of Boatsy yard for so long, and that when we ain't got it, it's just like it's good, but it ain't Boatsy yard. Is that why I'm disappointed?
Nah, I think we need Boatsy Hutchinson to get it back, man, for the ancestral realm. Because if you'd seen the video of Boatsy gripping the throat of Willie Hutchinson today. Oh, brilliant. This is the thing. Boatsy's so quiet. You know, when you meet him, he's lovely, but he's just quiet. And it's always the quiet ones that you have to really, really not piss off. Because, bro, he held his neck like, I don't know. You know, like how babies hold food. Or they'll hold like that one and just, it's an unbreakable bond. That's exactly what he did there, bro. I love this fight. I think that Boatsy will outbox him and possibly stop him. I need the Boatsy that fought Bolotniks. That one there, take him there, dip right there, perfect.
That Boatsy,
you can't underestimate Hutchinson. You know, he is a good fighter, regardless of the performance that Craig put in. You know, he absolutely brought the fight to him. Can't sleep on him, but I know that Josh is disciplined, and yeah, hopefully we start to see stoppages now from Boatsy. You know, hopefully we can't, because ever since he's been with Virgil Hunter, I've always thought that it was just a terrible pairing, but I don't know. He's not. I don't know. But this fight will tell me what I want to know.
Yeah, fair play. And I tell you what, Hutchinson, these last two fights now, he looks like he's going down this try and rile up these laid back guys. Because Richards and Boatsy outside of the ring, they're laid back. They're not the sort that start, getting into verbals. And...
No, but Craig isn't like on site. Craig is really like chilled, but he obviously defends himself. Boatsy is a silent assassin. This dude who did just be like, oh no, I'm cool, neck. So, yeah.
Yeah, but as you said, we haven't seen the real venom in the ring from Boatsy for a while. When he was an amateur, people were saying he's going to be one of the greats, and he's just had no momentum. So some people saying, is it Virgil Hunter? He's just coached.
It's Virgil, man. It's Virgil. Honestly, even when Virgil was with Andre Ward was such an incredible fighter and had that kind of style. He could have just done it with anybody. But look at Virgil's fighters. Remember when Virgil trained Dominic Brazil for that Wilder fight? First round, out of there. So, and look at look at all of his other fighters since then. Like, big up to Virgil. I met Virgil, lovely guy. And I always have to put this disclaimer because I feel like people just get so fucking sensitive. It's strictly boxing, man. I'm meeting the people. Everybody's lovely. But I have an opinion, and I have a right to an opinion. And my opinion is that Virgil, I don't know, you are on fraud watch, buddy. Okay? Massively on fraud watch. Oh, Saka.
Actually, Amir Khan was one of the few who did well with him.
But look, but what happened to the
He did
chin?
well.
What happened to the chin?
Say that again. What happened to what?
There was a moment of silence for Amir Khan's chin.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that's down to Virgil Hunter. Come on.
I don't know.
I think those
He's on
issues.
fraud. For me, he's on fraud watch, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen, it's fair. I mean,
I think Boaty would do well. Even in the McGuigan gym, I think Shane would just do incredible things with Boaty. But anyway, what we'll do is, before we speak about the main event, we'll put the link. Production, if you want to pop the link in the comment section.
And some of our regulars, Bukayo, why don't you join? Don't be shy. If you want, you can hide your face, keep the camera off. If you don't want to show. If you're worried that Gareth Southgate will drop you from the team for Saturday, just keep your camera off so he doesn't know what you're doing.
Saka, I promise I won't banter if there's anything to banter about. I'll be silent as night because you've always supported us, bro. So don't worry. But yeah,
Tyler gets a crack at Hamza. Again, like I said, great fight in its own right, but I just think the timing is off. It's like Hamza. There was all the talk of Eubank, and he said if it ain't Eubank,
hey, what's off about it? Denny, Eubank didn't want it. I knew that Eubank didn't want it with Hamza. Like, let's be honest.
Why didn't Adamas take it? He ain't ever getting a payday like this again.
Was he offered the fight?
I honestly don't know. You know
I'll be honest with you. I knew about the Tyler Denny fight like a little while back. I'm like, but
so, again, it's like, what is their line of thinking? Again, when I say in context of this is supposed to be Britain's biggest ever fight night, why would you just get a European title fight for Hamza when he's being hyped up as Riyadh's big ambassador?
Yeah, but Hamza's not fought. He's not fought for the British. He's not fought. You know,
he won a final eliminator for the WBC title. Adama's only fought a couple of weeks ago. Should be ready for September for the biggest payday of his life.
Yeah, but I don't see the reason why I don't see anything wrong with this fight is because if he does beat Denny. Denny is European champion. Like that's literally the fight that you go straight into. Obviously, an eliminator or world title fight, but you would know that you're ready. I fancy Denny in this fight. I'm gonna back my guy, and it hurts me because Hamza is originally from Slough, and I grew up in Slough, so I know.
Well, that's my point. It's like haven't Queensbury learnt their lesson? You know, you get your fighter into the mandatory spot. Why would you take a really dangerous fight rather than just go for the world title? Especially as
Hamza would be confident, wouldn't he?
I wouldn't be surprised if Adames is cheaper than Tyler Denny. He's from the Dominican Republic. He's got no fans in America. No one knows him. Tyler, at least, is known in the UK, and they're going to have to pay UK rates. So,
bro, did you hear what you're talking about? Money? Are you?
Yeah. Yes, I know. I'm the only Asian guy alive with no business sense. I admit, I'm a genetic anomaly.
It's funded by billionaires. What are you talking about? Money? They don't care about all British. European title fight. This is nothing. Right. They just made him an ambassador.
My point is, why wouldn't they just offer it to Adames? Here's your biggest payday at Wembley. You ain't ever getting money like this again because no one knows.
What does Adames bring? What does he have?
The WBC.
Adames, the WBC title, but isn't he fighting already?
No, he just fought a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but.
He fought a couple of weeks ago and got a gift decision. Looked shit. So
yeah, but Hamza just fought. When was the 5v5? Wasn't it last month?
Was it 6th of June, 6th of May or 5th of May? No, what am I saying?
No, yeah, it was last month.
Yeah, it was 1st of June, wasn't it? 1st of June.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure Adama's fought a week or two after that. Any of the viewers, if you got BoxRec handy, look it up for us. I'm sure Adama's fought just a week or two after Hamza on a PBC card, and he looked shit, which means he's probably going to lose soon anyway, which means it should have been easy to get him in the ring. But anyway, listen, I don't want to dwell on that. They got their reasons. So, as I said, the whole card, all the undercard fights, I'm underwhelmed and confused by them. But the main event is terrific. AJ versus Dubois. You know, I've always been team AJ, but he's joined Hamza in selling his soul to Riyadh season. I love both guys, but they're starting to act goofy since they sold their souls as that happens.
What do you mean sold their souls, bro?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna
actually, do you know what? No, I don't want to know what you mean by that.
But listen, I get it. It's marketing, but there is no way AJ or Dubois can seriously consider themselves the heavyweight champion of the world. They can consider if they've got any sense of history and their place in the sport, which admittedly Dubois doesn't, because let's be real, he ain't thinking about much other than that Brazilian booty these days. But AJ, who keeps going on, you know, he's a student of the sport. He knows if he wins, he's the IBF title holder. He's not the heavyweight champion of the world.
No, he's the unofficial lineal champion. Unofficial lineal champion and the IBF world champion. And if anybody wants to be undisputed from Fury and Usyk, got to go through him.
You don't think there's something undignified about let's be real, Riyadh season?
Undignified about what? Dubois earned his shit. He literally slaughtered the lamb in Africa in Philip Hergovich.
Usyk, can you give us one of your belts, please? Share your toys with your little brothers.
No, do you know why Usyk did that? He did that because if Fury does beat him, he wouldn't be undisputed. I love it. I love it. I love the war games, bro. But you know, one thing that I'm really proud of, and I've said it a lot, is that I'm really, really proud of Dynamite Daniel Dubois. You know, post virginity Dubois is
like you said,
I get a bit choked up. I can't lie. You know, he's come out of his shell. He's expressing himself in call out videos and wanting to make other fighters his children. I mean, that Usyk robbery, it activated something in him. Maybe not geographical knowledge, but a hunger and a desire to be the best and beat the best. Unfortunately, AJ will absolutely fold him like a deck chair, but the run has been absolutely incredible, and he's young, so he'll be able to come back.
So your early analysis is you think it's what, a quick and easy win for AJ?
No, I think AJ will get him out of there probably in the 7th.
Okay. How do you see the fight going? Do you think Daniel will have his moments? Do you think he'll give AJ difficulty?
Oh, yeah. Daniel will come, I feel, all guns blazing with AJ. I think he's going to try and stick it on AJ so, you know, AJ doesn't build any momentum or get some type of flow. Don Charles is studying probably every single Anthony Joshua tape out there. But the thing is, AJ's always come in different versions in all of his fight. So there's never sort of been a consistent style post Klitschko that he's come with. It's always been sort of designed for that particular fighter, in my opinion. But you know, Daniel, I think he'll give it a go, and he'll try and impose himself on AJ 1,000,000%. Hopefully he doesn't lead in too much with the headbutts, because if he does, that uppercut sends Klitschko's head to Cuba. So if he does lead in with headbutts, oh mate, not good. But AJ is notorious, obviously, for not do, he struggles against smaller fighters. Daniel's a little bit smaller than him. I can kind of see it something similar to the Takam fight, but yeah, I think AJ, he soundly beats Daniel. But I'm proud of you, Daniel. I'm proud of you. They laughed at us when I said he was going to be a world champion. I told everybody, I said he was going to be a world champion by hook or by crook. Boxing gods gave me and delivered. So, yeah.
So that's the lesson to fighters out there. You want Ricco to back you. He manifests it. Is that one of your youth words? That's what the youth say nowadays when you make.
I think that was invented a long time ago. Manifest. I don't know. We'll have to Wikipedia that one there. But yeah, down with the kids, bro.
Yeah, I've got a different view. I'm not clear how I think it will go, because people are high on AJ at the moment, but he's had 4 hand-picked opponents, and none of them have been top-level punchers. So I don't think the question marks about his demons when he gets hit, especially to the temple, I don't think that's been answered yet by any of these 4 fights. Yes, he's looked more slick. He's looked more relaxed in his last 2 fights.
Yeah, well, that's what you want, because everybody was saying
it's easy to do that against Valine, who's your ex-sparring partner, who you
No. Don't take that away from AJ. Valine literally caused a surgical rupture on Tyson, on the ex-lineal champion's head. And if it was anybody else, that fight would have been stopped, but it wasn't. They thought Wallen looked AJ in the face, right, and said, "You are not the same fighter. What did he say? Oh, he's just psychologically not there." Like, Wallen looked like he felt bad because he was going to do a job on a psych patient. And what did AJ do? What did he do? Yeah,
he went full Joker, let out the asylum.
Beat the shit out of him, bro. Beat the shit out of him, bro. I mean, absolutely slap. He no-masked him in the corner.
I still say that there's still an unanswered question when.
How many questions do we need to ask of AJ? He's not young.
How do you cope when a top-level puncher attacks you without hesitation? That's pretty much it. But it's a big question, and I think Daniel can ask that of him. He is a top-level puncher. Whatever else you want to say about Daniel.
No, I absolutely agree. He got Usyk out of there, but no one's ready for that conversation.
And I think Daniel showed he's got a chin against Hrgovic. He ate a lot of right hands, and didn't look particularly in trouble, and he didn't lose heart. So that said, of course, people are saying you can't take a shot from AJ like that, but the dynamics of the fight aren't likely to be the same. I think you got to remember Don Charles worked a lot with AJ in the amateurs. He knows him quite well. I actually think it won't be as explosive as people are expecting it to be, because I think they're both well aware of the dangers of each other, and it might turn into a chess match to see who can.
No, I don't know about chess match.
Listen,
with Mr.
the
Dubois.
chess moves on Daniel's part will be made by Don Charles and his dad. He ain't. Daniel ain't thinking, 3 steps ahead. But it's okay. He's got a coaching team.
I love Daniel, bro, but I got to be honest, man, and we'll wrap it up there. Daniel could have his missus in the corner, his dad, the whole family tree out there, and a barbecue stand, and AJ is still going to absolutely punch a hole through this kid. And it pains me. It does. But it's for the good of boxing.
It's fascinating. Are you going to be going?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I've already put it out there. I'm not going.
Why?
I've had a lot of fun this year, as you know, but my colleagues at Punchout Boxing, they've taken a back seat because they had a kid and blah blah blah. Their kid's a little bit older now, so it's time I let my colleagues have a go. So I'll be letting them take that. Yeah, interesting video from Hatman earlier. He said he believes a very interested viewer will be Tyson Fury if AJ wins but shows some shaky moments. Don't be surprised if Usyk shortly after that says he's injured and Turkey announces, our brother Usyk, we wish you speedy recovery, but good news is Anthony Joshua will step in 21st December for big fight with Tyson Fury. Very big fight.
The worst thing is that you actually do sound like him, and that's exactly sounds like what you were saying.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get something like that happen. So watch this space, this goofy sport of ours. All sorts of wacky things happen. We didn't have any takers to join us. It's okay. You're all shy or you're all out sunbathing and you got your shirts off, which is probably best you don't go on camera then. So I think we will start to wrap it up. But any upcoming news this weekend, Saturday, I am going to Brentwood. Johnny Clark's top tier show. 2 matchroom fighters are on it. George Liddard and Jimmy Sains. Southern area middleweight title fight headlining, so look out for that. You doing anything this weekend boxing related? We don't need to know about the other stuff.
No, I'm actually not. Yeah, I think I might do a couple spaces, couple live shows. We'll see, but you have to follow me, right, to be a part of the experience, 1,000,000%. But obviously, before we wrap it up, we just have to say thank you to our sponsors, D-Rock Clothing. You can get 40% of your purchase with iBoxingHub 24 as the promo code. 40% is a lot, man. Like, you spend £100, 40 quid. It's a lot. So yeah, guys, take advantage of that one. Yeah, check out for Raw. Subscribe to Punchout Boxing already if you haven't. Follow me. NSS_RIKO_boxing. And yeah, have an incredible rest of the week, Mr. Rara, and try and stay out of trouble.
As always.
Take care, guys.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag by the